Sammy, how did you see the game?
Really positive. I know I've said that word a lot with our group this year, but another one where I thought we ticked a lot of boxes and the boys gave a fantastic effort. So.
You must be pleased to come that close to the low leaders with yourself and roller out two key players.
Yeah, it was more so just for our young guys to get the experience. I know that Clarence were fantastic today. We had North a few weeks back that were really red hot in finals footy. So to give our guys exposure at that level of footy is what we really need at the moment. And I think they held up really well today for probably 3.5 quarters and just didn't have the legs to run out the game.
You just mentioned the legs. Is that all it was in the end? You were right near them in the final term. Just couldn't hit the front, could you?
Yeah, I think we got within about 4 points. So, I knew from the start that we had a huge focus on education. So something had to give. When you only get the guys 3 nights a week for limited time, something's got to be sacrificed. And at the start of the year, it was the strength and conditioning side of it to a certain degree. So we'll have a focus on that next year and really plan for the years ahead. But I think the way the guys have learnt and restructured and actually understand how to play the modern game is a really positive result for these guys. And that's why we're getting guys like Brady Powerfulman, Simon van der Velde that haven't had great exposure to TSL footy and now are playing really good football.
Who stood out for you? Who were you most happy with?
Yeah, it was good to see Sam Rundle work back into the game. He got some close attention in the second half. Powell or Brody sort of had the attention in the first half, so it was great for him to actually experience that. He hasn't had that yet this year as an 18-year-old kid. So, I think those two were really solid in there, and I thought Hamish gave us a really good look at the ruck, so he was fantastic as well. So, yeah, some really good positives.
It says a fair bit about how Powerfulman's going, doesn't it? That he got that title and the attention. He's having a good season.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I think he's probably in the best 10 players in the comp at the moment. He's got a great attitude towards football, and if every club had 22 of him, you'd be pretty happy as a coach.
In terms of the Roos, where do you think they sit in terms of the teams you've played?
Yeah, it's a bit different. I didn't play him obviously today. I played North a couple of weeks back. I still believe Clarence are at the top, and I think there's a really close gap between Clarence and North at this stage, and then probably slightly goes down to Glenorchy and works their way from there. So I reckon where we're sitting at the moment is a true prediction of the ladder. Which is good for the competition as well, because there's, I think at the start of the year we thought there were going to be larger gaps, but some teams are playing good footy and closing those gaps very quickly. So
they buy now and then attack the rest of the season?
Yeah, definitely. We had some players out today, so they'll get a good break and then have the opportunity to focus on the next back end of the year, or the 6 weeks leading into finals. So, it's a positive position for us to be in.
Thanks. Well, Jez, must be happy. Another win.
Yeah, look, happy. Probably extremely lucky to get away with it, to tell you the honest truth. I think we were about minus 20 down from stoppage, so we probably lost stoppage in every quarter. However, in the second and third and even the fourth, they started to get some scores from stoppage and basically just beat us up around the ball. So, lucky to get away with it. I thought our transition and our ability to get over the back probably saved the day in the end.
Do you think it's a bit of a funny one? You won the game by 24 points and you led all day, but it was tight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was tight, and I think we probably needed that. I actually mentioned to the players on Monday night that I don't think we've had a really hard, tough game for probably about 5 to 6 weeks now. We obviously had North Launceston and Glenorchy and those teams before the bye. Then I don't think the Lauderdale game really lived up to the expectation. There wasn't that great intensity and spite in the game, and then we've played a couple of the teams that haven't quite hit their straps this year. So we've probably played some, probably for 6 weeks. I don't think we've played a real hard, tough brand of footy. We got that today. They challenged us, but luckily enough, in the last probably 10 minutes, I thought our leaders stood up and we were able to get some goals against the flow.
You got some really talented players out, including yourself. You must be happy just to keep notching the wins.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's extremely important for us today to get the win, and then we've got Glenorchy here next week, and we should get some guys back. I think Jason Bailey should train last week and he'll train this week. He should be back for the Glenorchy game. Jack Gleeson played a full game today, so he'll come back in. Cox has been training for a couple of weeks, so hopefully he's right to play next week as well. So we get some guys back. Hopefully Cox and obviously Gleeson are going to help us with our contested footy and our stoppage wins. So it's probably been a little bit of an Achilles heel for us the first half of the year. Today it really bared its teeth and we were lucky to get away with it.
Small forwards were good, kicked a couple of bags.
Yeah, small forwards are always quality. I thought when Stan and really set the game up for us early and gave us that nice buffer, and I thought Cullen and Late probably won us the game. Every time he went near the ball he did something with it or he scored. They're both quality players, state players, and obviously one's played AFL footy. So look, they played extremely well today. I don't think sort of Blackburn, Murphy, Cullen, Bushner and Grace, sort of our mid-tall forwards, I don't think it was their sort of day, but they still bobbed up and kicked some goals. So look, a positive, even goal spread again, but it's probably more the midfield stuff we were disappointed with today.
Who else impressed you outside those small forwards?
Yeah, I thought Zach Mastrocola again played pretty well down back. He racked up the ball a lot. He took some intercept marks, spoiled the ball. I thought James Holmes in the first quarter or probably 2 quarters was pretty good. Keegan Wiley stood up again at half-back. Palmer Hughes had another good game. So, look, there were some positives, don't get me wrong, there were some positives to take out of the game, but we're probably just a little bit disappointed with our application.
Mastrocola, one of those players you recruited at the club, he's been really good recently, hasn't he?
Yeah, look, he's been fantastic. He's one of those players that the coaches love. When the ball's there to be won, he wins it. If it's a one-on-one, he generally wins the one-on-one more often than not. So, look, he's been a great addition. He really wants to play high-level TSL footy. He's doing that at the moment, so he'll have a big job next week against Glenorchy's forward line.
That game next week, shaping as a massive one, they won by 150 points today. So,
yep.
Bernie have probably run them into form just
Yeah, look, they've been going under the radar, haven't they, I reckon? So they've been winning games, by 20 or 30 points. They've obviously had a fantastic win today. I think I said in the press conference on Thursday that I expect them to be right there at the end. Their midfield and their forward line in particular has got some pretty dangerous players. So we need to make sure that we, try and shut those guys down as best we can and get the ball going our way. But look, Shapes is a massive day, maroon and white day, so they're the type of games we want to play in.
Anyone back for that one?
Next week? Yeah, so Cox, Jason Barley and Gleeson should all pretty much be available next week, so 3 good additions for us. Obviously pretty important to get Jason in. He's probably been our best defender all year and shut out some good players. Gleeson's obviously our best and fairest winner from last year and it's going to give us some real clearance power, and Cox is one of the competition's best. He's probably the top 2 players in the comp, so really keen to get those 3 back in.